Hmm.
And I leave you to that.
Okay. I need to poop.
He's gonna start thinking. It's like so many options. There's only one way of eliminating these. Alright. So Melissa and Rob, you guys can like figure stuff out if you want. Do whatever you want. Yeah, even specifically Zencor, if you want to share anything that you found out, because I told you between us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they weren't here for any of that. So,
Well, you said there's also more information that you gave
Sean.
Sean about what I did, right?
Yep. And you also set up an information network of a couple of people. They're like essentially, they're like educated messengers. They'll take like
Right.
texts from place to place. They'll basically do research for you and send you like Spark notes of their research, different things like that. You also now have proficiency in history as well.
Right.
Yeah. And if you want to continue the service of those individuals that are helping you out,
Yeah.
it will cost you the gold amount that I told you on the Discord, which is hopefully not too far up. $500 gold to your equipment. Where is it? Alright, here we go. Yeah, for mediocre employees, it's going to cost you about 30 gold per month per person. So those are like educated individuals that will help you.
Yeah.
And so what you can do is if you're on an adventure and you're able to send a message to one of them, then you can be like, hey, I need everything you know about, I don't know, hags. Like you guys encountered hags before. You're like, I need
Right.
everything that you can gather about hags, and you like send that in a letter to them, and then you know where you can be found with the messenger back, and they will do the research for you, so then you don't physically have to spend the time researching, and then you can get that information essentially for not having to spend time. So you're essentially spending like money for time and like a mini Google. And the more employees you have, the faster it will net you information, the better the information might be, the more access to information you have, so like maybe more complex topics are covered, and also they might even be able to like travel to different areas, so you can like be in the south of Eldham or near Novir and be able to get reliable info and not have to wait fucking several days.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in general. Like that's for everyone to know. Like as well as Melissa, and like you can tell Eric later if you want. If you want, if you specifically like want hirelings of any reason, like you can spend money to hire them. Like you can hire mercenaries, you can hire guards, you can hire like your own employees, cleaners, fucking like tailors, anything. You can like hire them, and it just is a specific amount of gold per month that you would pay them, just like any employee. Alright. So is there anything else you guys want to do? Cover, say, any of that sort of stuff? spent 3 months in Mora. You've done everything that you can in that time, and you're now spending your last day and
Yeah.
meeting up with everyone. You've all together now again.
Gang back together now.
Yeah, in your house. Summer vacation is over, even though it was actually over the winter time.
Hmm.
And yearly, it's about 3/4 of the way through winter, even though this is a temperate area, so there's not much snow.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's like the UK. You might have like at most in some areas like just under an inch of snow.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think we should use the final or our second scroll of identification to. Or no, wait. No, I think I already used the second one, didn't I?
Pretty sure you're out, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to double check how much time we had left.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember.
It's alright, we can hold on to that little thing that I stole for a while.
Yeah. As long
Make-
as it doesn't explode on us.
Yeah, make an intelligence check for Ariel, actually.
Alright, give me 1 second.
I'm also going to turn you up a little bit.
I think I did that right. 14.
Alright. I'm editing so many freaking things at the same time. There we go. I just changed Ariel on the Twitch overlay. So you're a cleric finally.
Hey, there you go.
Welcome to the ranks. Alright. Launch game. Warning, incoming game.
Mm.
Man, I'm gonna have a Netflix reboot of that one day.
I don't know. I doubt it.
Are you able to re-roll it in Roll20, Melissa? Or did you roll in Discord?
Just did it in Discord.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
didn't
That's fine.
because I'm on my phone.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't see it in Roll20, so I was nervous. Okay, you notice that when you move around with it, the needle moves as well. That's in the center of it.
Oh, so it's kind of like a compass.
Very similar to a compass, yeah, actually. Just be
Well, what
pointing in the
does it
same
point
area. Did you ask a question there? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, what does it point to?
It seems to be pointing in the southwest. More so.
So
south.
away from the ocean.
Yeah.
So it's pointing towards whatchamacallit. Sorry, 1 second.
I know, I remember the map vaguely. I know there's like a city or something in that
So it's
direction.
pointing towards Zithra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be pointing towards Zithra, Lake Alcid, Ansari Waste, wetlands, somewhat of the Greyfire training camp, that sort of area.
Right.
Hey, do we want to follow it?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
I mean, at this point, for shits and giggles, what else do we have to lose?
Yeah, precisely. Besides our lives, but other than that, nothing.
I mean, what I find curious is that an artifact that was with a reclusive sea tribe in the ocean points in a direction far the fuck away from the ocean.
It's like a Ender Pearl.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are gonna go about that next. Find
Is
the
this
source.
an agreeable
See, I,
request or idea to
I
the
hate
group as a
making
whole?
decisions for the entirety of the entirety of the party.
Okay, so
Well,
It's
everyone's
only
gonna
a
have to make
few of
decisions at
us.
some point.
were we gonna head that way anyway? Well, were we? I thought we were gonna head south anyways, towards the mountains. At least that was an idea that was put out there. There's like those. I guess you guys fought some dwarves or something.
No. So that's another thing.
Pictures of their real mouths.
So in the bottom right of Melissa's amazingly painted map, there are mountains, and you had discovered through your information network that there is a city or like a mini fortress that is made by the dwarves in the mountains that is accessible through the ocean, a river that goes underneath the mountains and underground, and that they were the people that were basically the Thunder Warriors that fought with you on the ship in Say when he fought against the sea monster.
That sounds cool.
Zenkor, you also found a bunch of information that are leads to different things that you might want to do as well, that you can pitch to them if you want. Or if you want, like I can just give them the information, but it's a lot more fun if you do it.
Well, I mean, the only information that I really got right was about Zethra and how it has a strong connection to the Shadowfell or whatever.
There's the anvil. There's the dragon.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's the anvil and the
There's-
dragon too. That's right.
There's everything I told you in the past hour. Like, what are all the things that I learned? And then you're like, yeah, I basically didn't learn anything.
Yeah, I guess I would make 3 things.
Mhm.
That's true. Well, I don't know. It just sucks with just being like the 2 of us right now, though, because then we're just gonna have to recount everything.
I got
Calvin,
that.
you said it's like about winter time, right?
Yep.
Can we assume that in this time, I wouldn't have been that dumb and I would have gone shopping and bought myself like a sort of winter-esque cloak or coat, something?
Sure. Yeah, you find something
Okay, how
stylish
much gold do I take off?
that you like. You're gonna be about 5 silver. They're like very nicely made and stylish robes.
Alright, so I'm no longer a half-naked Genasi.
No. You're a 1/4 naked Genasi.
It's pretty good. It's decent. It's fair.
Alright. Yeah, Rob, 100% real talk. In D&D, man, it's like everyone just at some point has to like take the mantle for whoever is and isn't there, and that's kind of like something that happens when you're not there. It's like you know that you're giving up the mantle.
Yeah, I
and
guess that's true.
You've trusted others to make decisions, and you went with it, and so they do the same. So like, if you don't make any decisions at all, or if you don't do anything, then you're just, you know, kind of like not having a voice, or like, you know, doing your own thing.
It's alright. We can blame the sea creature known as Ariel for
Mhm.
making a bad decision if this turns out to be one.
You just gotta think of what Zenkor wants to do, or what you're
Uh.
interested in having Zenkor do. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's like, like a mini adventure we can go on before Zenkor yet again tossing everybody into the thick of things.
Also, Melissa doesn't know much, if anything, of the stuff that I told you. That's why I
Oh,
just
right.
kept saying like.
I know nothing, so I'm like very oblivious. I'm just like, this thing points, and I stole it. Let's follow it because it's secrets that my elders are keeping.
Okay, so one of the new books that I found is like is written like a conversation with itself that accounts like all the events that have happened to us from like starting with the boat attack, because it's all been orchestrated all by the same people. And the most recent entry is talking about them trying to get a dragon, a white dragon, to attack Mora, which would be very disconcerting if they were able to succeed in getting a white dragon to attack Mora, especially since we've already encountered a white dragon that one-shot me.
Is this something that we should probably warn? Like I don't know if Mora has a council or whatever
Yeah,
they're
it has a
implemented?
council and whatnot. So it's definitely something we should let the council know about as a potential threat. So there's that, and then in my readings, I learned about a weapon called the Forged, and it was a weapon made by the Anvil, which is a person on an actual anvil, though it could be a living embodiment of an anvil for all we know.
Is this a weapon that, like, the big bads, like those demon things, would probably be wanting to look for? Like, is this something that they could use?
Well, in the wrong hands, it definitely probably could be something that they would want if they knew about it, but I somehow don't think they'd know about it, because this
But there's
is...
a lot of things that we don't think that they've known about, but they probably have somehow
Yeah.
known about.
Well, because the thing is, like, I got this information from a book that I acquired in a ancient crypt that had been destroyed a long time ago from an ancient, like, civilization from a war from, like, thousands of years ago. So there's probably a good chance that they're not aware of it, but at the same time, there's always a chance that they are aware of it. But all I know is that it was lost during a battle by the Pool of Radiance, which is a place that we've been to before, and there's like Sylvan, like mer people that live in this pool. So I mean, we can always backtrack there and try to talk to them or something.
All right, would that be like a long adventure to go on? Because I don't see the group being too. I mean, I'm sure we just want to get out and stretch our legs because we haven't been working as a group for the last 3 months.
Yeah, we've been kind of
So it'd
cooped
be
up
like-
for a few months.
Yeah, we need to get out and fuck shit up. That's the new Ariel talking.
Yeah.
The Ariel with mommy and daddy issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so I definitely think it'd be good to first talk to the council and let them know about the potential dragon threat.
Okay. So you guys make it to the central circle of Mora at the very top of the hill. And you go to the town center and climb the stairs, and you see Davos and Orn kind of talking together as usual in the empty town center besides one or two guards. And I see you. And Davos kind of smiles at the appearance of the group of you. And welcome. It's nice to see you all after a short period of time, not seeing each other for a little while now. How are things?
Yeah, things aren't bad, we've been, working away, taking the time to, grow as people,
Hone our skills, I think is the word you're looking for there.
I understand. Break is well needed, especially considering what you've seen and faced, more than anyone can expect from a normal person.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing we ain't normal people.
Damn right.
You kind of gave me a suspicion of that when I went to get you the lanterns. Now, what do you come here for?
Well, we came here to kind of share some information that we've learned recently in regards to, our enemies at the bandit camp and the safety of the people here in Mora.
Okay.
So we were able to find a book that, you know, talked about where they kept like track of like their plans and stuff like that.
Okay.
And the most recent thing that they spoke about was potentially trying to get a white dragon in the area to attack Mora.
Okay. Do you know how they would do so?
I do not, because it's not like you can just reason with a dragon and convince them to attack a city by asking them nicely or anything.
Well, not a white dragon for sure. No, white dragons are the most primal of the group. They just live for the hunt, and
Well, is there any way that they could appeal to that primal nature, like entice them into a grand hunt?
there's many ways
them?
that powerful magic can influence dragons. Dragons have always been traditionally magical beasts, and that link itself is generally what causes great sorcerers or powerful entities to be able to influence them. Wouldn't be the first time, but you would need some sort of either powerful item or powerful spell. A white dragon wouldn't normally attack a city on its own accord. It's not fun to it. It wants something that it can hunt and have fun with, toy with. Unless it got incredibly hungry. I know the one nearby is still a few days travel away, so we've been relatively safe, but them trying to figure out how to weaponize such a thing is a little intimidating.
See, and also we don't know how their plans may advance because, you know, we kind of took down their stronghold and killed a lot of their grunts and made what seems to be some of the higher ups flee.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not sure if that delayed it or made them change plans or advanced it.
Yeah. We're curious ourselves. We're actually looking into bringing some of our own into Adris. Some of the accounts that you guys had found and brought us earlier in the months pointed out that there's a contact in the Adris community that has been influencing them and trying to push the war and the agenda between the two of us. Might be one of the big reasons why tensions have been high. So I can see that they're trying to pull at least outside forces to make up for them screwing up, at least, or getting screwed over by people that aren't going to just let their homes get destroyed.
Precisely.
Well, I can do what I can. I can try and look into certain items and try and divine their location. But I have to warn you that the magic is incredibly powerful and dangerous. If by any chance we end up getting to these items first, I deeply suggest either getting rid of them, hiding them, or destroying it rather than using it.
What sort of items would those be?
Any item that can be used, like in Legend, to control a dragon as primal as the one that's out there.
Are there weapons of legends that have such power?
Staffs, orbs, even some say that there's dragon hearts out there. Of heartless dragons. And whoever holds that heart can control the dragon itself. There's a lot of legends. It's kind of a trope in many stories and Bard's Tales as well. Whether or not any of those are factual is going to be a lot of research for me, but if I can get even the slightest clue as to anything that's in the area in our history, I can start divining and figuring out details of it with my magic.
Well, if you're looking for potential magical items, then I know in the Eldham Woods there's a seemingly lost civilization that may have a lot of powerful weapons.
Oh damn. Kind of like eyes sparkle a little bit, and he looks away. Yes. Eldham is a dangerous place to some degree. The rift between worlds is a bit weak there, and there is a lot of unhappy souls and mystical creatures.
Trust me, we know.
But if you're interested in going, then I deeply suggest it. There's also Zithra. That was another place that had magical items or a strong history of powerful magic. If we're looking for weapons, but that's all I can really think of. As well as the ancient ruins in the mountains that I also marked on your map. But what are you guys looking for specifically, other than possibly dragon controlling magic?
Fight.
Oh, that's easy
Wow.
to find. I mean, get a few drinks and you can go to the port.
Well, I think we're
I don't
also
wanna get
interested.
thrown in jail for it.
Don't throw your punches too hard.
Well, I think we might also be interested in potentially finding some items that may be able to bridge the gap between the different planes.
Then Zithra would be your best bet. 100 years ago, they said that some sort of explosion rocked the entire fortress, completely destroying it and shattering it in an internal tornado. It's a storm that's covered it for 100 years. Every once in a while, especially past few years, they've seen undead coming out of the storm. If you want something that's powerful and bridges gap between dimensions, then that might be it. And Eldham is another place. The rifts are relatively weak there. It's just a matter of where you want to bridge that gap. There's many planes in this world or universe.
That's true.
Even the elements themselves have their own planes. He looks at Ariel. The world is an interesting place, and he takes you guys and sits down for a moment. I can tell. Yeah, he was talking about there's planes for each element as well. Not just this world has many interesting sights and dangers and treasures. If you're looking for treasures, there's many planes themselves that hold unique items that even we don't know about. Powerful items that might be crucial to the planes themselves. If you are looking for something specific or some sort of fight in particular that is kind of your taste, then it's really about what plane you want to go to or where you want to go in this world.
Well, we're trying to get to the the plane that I'm most interested in reaching is the Shadowfell.
And Zithra would be your best bet by far.
I
Just a
see.
matter of trying to survive that storm.
Well, you know what they say. Where there's a problem, there's a group of idiots that will try to fix it.
I bid you good luck.
Sounds like we're gonna need it.
If there's any other questions, let me know. With the bandits gone, I don't have to scry as much on specific threats, so I can give you guys a little bit of information here and there.
We are getting paid for this, right?
You guys are looking into your own
Yeah, we're looking into
devices.
our own matters. Why would they?
You still make salary for
Okay.
being defenders.
Cool.
I think Orin's taken care of that and has spoke to Varen. So you guys do make a monthly amount of gold. It's not much, but it covers your expenses. You do have your home.
And I mean, if you're really concerned about money, just take the money off the dead bodies that, we find along the way.
I mean, you're
Also-
right.
Also, money isn't what we do this for, remember? We do it for justice and love and because it's what's right.
And don't forget
Adventure.
friendship.
And money. Sorry, I mean,
Friendship is magic, okay?
Of
course.
Alright, so the plan is that I'm going to be looking for anything to do with this dragon. And you guys say you're traveling to Zithra? We'd just like to know at least whereabouts you guys go, just in case.
yeah, we'll probably head towards the Zithra area. So,
Okay.
that way, hopefully if, something comes up, then if there's a way for you to contact us to let us know what's going on.
Alright.
Because we definitely want to take this dragon threat as seriously as possible.
I understand. The only other thing I'd like to say is the accounts that you found mention an individual Mathila who is known to be one of the leaders of the guard for Adris. She controls a lot of the area now, and at least in the southern areas near the Greyfire trading camp.
Sorry, what was her
Elston.
name?
Mathila.
M-A...
Thilla.
So she's the one in charge.
So if she's playing both sides, I'd be very careful.
Ooh,
Shouldn't-
she's on the baddie side.
Yeah, but she's working for Adris in a pretty prestigious position. And
Aren't
she,
they supposed to be like holy protectors or some shit?
that's the irony. Seems at least a couple of them are compromised, according to these books. And she controls the forces in the southern areas of Eldham, so keep yourselves probably...
She's like the painted head that just gets people to do things that they think are righteous, but they're probably not.
I have no idea. We haven't really talked much with her, but we do know that she's getting a little bit hostile. She's even set up ambushes for people who are associated with Mora themselves. And she's been controlling a lot of the southern Eldham area in general, so if you enter her lands, I would be very careful as to your business, and who knows.
Would there be any reason why Moira would be sort of a desirable spot? Like why they won't leave it alone? I'm assuming control is what these people want.
I know Adris specifically wants us to, and say now, to join them in reuniting again with the Empire. In just unity. Having a civil dispute isn't really the best way of keeping safety, especially against neighboring regions. As far as the Devil's Hand, I have no idea.
But has Moira been relatively peaceful though, or have they been pushing back?
You have been a bit
aggressively?
newer. No. We haven't had even a militia until just recently, a few months back. We've
So they really
mostly
shouldn't
been...
have had any reason to be this aggressive in the first place.
No. Not as far as we think. Adris
there
themselves
anything
are just trying to...
Valuable or magical and powerful that they would want that maybe is hiding here?
No. It's just
Not
a
that you
trade
would tell
city.
me.
Well, that's for you to decide. But Adris themselves just want a united Eldham. At least that's what they claim. And they've gone a little bit too far at times, which kind of disputes their entire purpose of having peace. I think a lot of people here would feel really betrayed by any of us giving in. And so we take a stand. We don't fight. We don't need to. We just do our best to get on by. And, they've cut trade and they've caused some issues, but we've always made our way through and found new ways of solving those problems. But like you said, I don't know about the Devil's Hand. I don't understand why they would attack us or what their focus is. We just always thought they were bandits and causing trouble. But going this far and having devils this powerful are a bit odd.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they've at least gotten to some of the members in Aedrus. But like I said, Mathil isn't someone you want to fuck with. I don't swear often myself. But I mean every word.
Well, we'll
She
definitely
might-
try to tread lightly and avoid a confrontation if we can.
She might even have been the reason why you were ambushed yourselves on your way home.
By the Bone Devils.
That's what you guys told us, yeah.
And I'm just gonna like pat my new little flail there and feel proud of myself.
Those things are tough. Hopefully it serves you well. Hopefully you know how to use it as well. He gives you a bit of a smirk.
Do you want to help me practice?
I'm an
Say
old
that with a
man.
smirk.
I know nothing about weapons.
I'll help you practice. I got a weapon we can practice with.
Before things get a little bit too awkward, though.
I'm just gonna look over because I don't think you realized what we made you do last time you weren't there.
No, he doesn't. In the meantime, as you two make an exchange, Davos holds a hand out, and you see almost like red gas leave Zenkor's body and then enter his robes. I lent you power for a little bit, and I am going to take it back. And I appreciate what you've done with it, if you needed it at all. But, anyway. Is there anything else you need?
Wasn't that like the teleportation
Yeah,
ability thing I never ended up using?
yeah.
But it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
We just regularly pull shit out of people, stick them in our robes.
No, when you guys ended up fighting and you met him in the first place, he has like a robe. He's an old man. He's got a robe, and it's like looking at pictures of space, like with gas and all that sort of shit, all the different colors, but it's actually moving if you like watch his robes, and the colors just like move on their own. Yeah, and so right before the battle, when you talked to him, he had used his robe and like summoned all the red gas kind of looking stuff into his hand, and he gave it to Zenkor and gave him like a special power that he could use with magic to be able to kind of help you guys with the battle, which you guys didn't even need, but you had in case you wanted it.
Better to have and not need than to need and not have.
Yeah. And so he just took it back. Alright, well, we need to continue working on our next project. We've just finished the Temple of Pelor, actually, just outside the town center. You probably saw us working on it. Can finally have practice and religion outside the Divine Order. Just something that
nice.
people have been waiting for a long time for. And what better god to pick than the god of agriculture after our crops burned down? So that'd be nice. And I thank you guys again.
Yeah, no problem. I know we'll see you again real soon.
Yeah. If you need anything else from us, let us know.
Don't worry. We will.
We'll be back.
Alright. Have a good day. And he like walks back to Orin.
I'll be back. Yeah.
Alright. Now I guess we should start heading towards Zithra. So I'm a little concerned about this storm that seems to be encompassing it.
You know what we need? We need a night at the strip club. That'll really relax us. You know?
3 months of vacation. You know what we need? Relaxation.
I need a night at the strip club.
I think it's
Need
safe to say we are
relax,
the
take a
worst
break.
at relaxing.
Some of you are, yeah.
You know, I'm pretty good at relaxing, I think.
I don't know. I think your character's probably really high strung.
Hey, so can I fill in?
Yep.
Rob, what was your character's name again?
Sancor.
Or
No, not Rob. Sorry, Eric.
Roaring.
Okay. Do you want to know what you did for me?
She
Sure.
was gonna take some of your money to pay back what you owe her, and I was like,
There's a
I'd
lot
be
of
more
things I felt like
comfortable.
you would do.
Yeah, and I was like, I'd be more comfortable if you like talk to him in the next session that he's in, just because like gold management is kind of a touchy subject, and
So I can
I
have
would
a
know
deal.
if you wanted to pay her back or not. So yeah, she got you to do one thing for her, which I
Because
thought
there's
Rowan would go
two
with.
scrolls. Well, I bought your horse and I bought the scrolls. So instead of paying back for both or asking for money for back for both, you could scrap whichever one it is you didn't want to pay for, and you gave me a lap dance instead. Except the rest of the crew
Nice.
walked in on it, and it was the most awkward thing ever because turns out you're not very good at it.
Yeah, it was pretty awkward and clumsy. And actually, it wasn't the whole party that walked in on it. It was just Sancor.
nice.
I
mean, to
cared
be
about
honest,
doing it too.
My
No.
performance is like -2, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was probably the best thing in the world. Like it was worth. It was worth
Minus
it.
one.
It was.
It's -1.
I don't regret pimping out your player.
Yeah.
I figured I'm like for all the banter back and forth, I'm like Ariel's gonna be getting something out of this. Heck yeah, she's gonna get a taste, a flair for what it's like to be on the surface.
Okay.
The,
Well-
the helicopter was not performed well.
We'll have to revisit that later on.
Oh no!
Let me get my charisma. up.
Ariel's a little bit
Yeah.
concerned because if this is what it's like on the surface, the mating rituals are weird.
Um.
Na-na-na-na, na-na.
Oh my god. Look, just turn around.
Paper bag.
Look, I got a high dexterity. My fingers are very good at what they do.
I'm pretty sure I made a comment about that too at some point.
Depends on if you're proficient, though.
I'm pretty
No,
sure it's
kidding.
actually in the chat somewhere where I was like, Ariel's eyeing that dexterity.
Yeah.
I actually do have very good dexterity.
Hey man, it's not about
+5, in fact.
it's not about your strength score. It's how your dexterity.
I have very nimble fingers. Put it that way.
Oh man. I really hope we're talking like this in front of Davos.
No, he walked away.
You guys are just standing in the little like.
I'm disappointed.
Pew
It would
area.
have been beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a high constitution too, so. You know.
So you're saying if I'm gonna practice with the flail, you'll be the target.
No, I'm not into that. It's-
Yeah. Also, remember it's poisonous.
Say what?
Oh yeah. that's business. I made a flail out of the bone demon's tail that I cut off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So now I
I'm
have
not into
a
that at all.
Poisonous flail.
to be
No.
to be a stickler, it's a devil.
crack that.
The devil, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Bone devil.
Yeah, you guys have been dealing strictly in devils. Devils and demons, the only reason why I correct you is because, this is common knowledge, but devils and demons are, like, completely, at war at all times, and
You know, the interesting-
are complete, like, opposites as far as the universe of law and chaos. Devils are advocates of dark, law, while demons are advocates of pure chaos.
Oh.
Yeah, the interesting thing is I have +8 acrobatics, so really get
Parkour,
down if you
parkour.
want. Oh shit! Hang on, my food's here. I'll be right back.
Meanwhile, Zenkor's just sitting in the middle of this, being like, "What the fuck? All right, fuck it, pull out a book."
I've seen you in action.
This is why Zenkor reads so much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially because, there's a lot of threats everywhere, and the best way to combat threats is knowledge.
'Cause knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
All right, so what are you guys doing next? Is there anything that you want to do before you leave town? And are you leaving town?
Yeah, we're gonna ready up the horses.
Yeah, I imagine that'd be a good thing to do.
Speaking of, that's going to be about like 25 gold for just dumping them there for 3 months.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that's 25 gold, like, in total, not each.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So whoever wants to pay that, or if you guys want to share it, 5 gold each, then you can.
Yeah, I mean, everybody.
Just like Zenko and I look at each other and then look over.
Everyone will
That's,
pay their fair share. Actually, Varen's feeling very generous today.
I'll pay 25 gold, right?
Yeah.
For our ponies.
Yeah, for all the
Did
feeding
we name
and...
our horses?
Huh?
Are we that rude? We don't even name them.
I don't think you guys have named them, no.
Name 2.
I've definitely not named mine.
Rowan hasn't even noticed he has a horse.
I do know I have a horse.
I'm
Somebody else
kidding.
paid me for it. Or I paid somebody else for it in an apparently awkward lap dance, which does not sound like me.
That sounds exactly like you.
You just gave like a fish lady a lap dance. Trust me, I'm pretty sure awkward is normal.
No. If I'm gonna do a
I
lap
mean,
dance, I commit.
Rowan-
COMMITTTTTTTT.
Rowan might think that he did a great job. I'm just saying how it was.
Like I said, I'll have to revisit that later on.
I mean, you better start practicing, I guess.
It's true. This is why I think we should go to the whorehouse. Just saying.
I mean, I ain't stopping you.
That might be a bit of an experience for Ariel, on the surface. All I'm saying is if this happens, we just gotta have like a contest, and then I get to judge everyone's mating ritual.
We're not gonna mate on display.
No. But like they do like their dance, they do their display. So like me, I'm used to like
That's not a
living
display.
in-
I just whip it out and that's my display.
that's your display. See, duly noted. Animal behaviors. Here we are.
The fucking
Exactly.
No birds of paradise
Pre-
shit happening here.
pre-camera dick pics.
The fucking like the bird that sticks its head in its hat. Well, I mean it could. It depends which bird we're talking about here, but
You're right.
anyways, as we're discussing this as we're readying up our horses because
Yeah.
we multitask.
Alright. So you guys have all your horses ready. And as far as I'm aware, you guys don't want to do any like supply runs, nothing you want to try and look for or buy. You're ready to go.
I mean, do we have our supplies? Like, do we have enough?
It's up to you. You guys manage your own inventories, right? So,
Yeah.
I think
Do
so.
we?
I mean,
Okay, well, while I'm
I
reading
would
up the
hope.
horse, I'm gonna make sure I have like at least 10 rations and some water.
Okay.
Because I had poison in my water canteen thingy, so
Yeah.
probably threw that one out and I'll have to buy another one.
Okay. How many rations do you have right now?
Hold on one sec. I gotta check.
No.
I apparently never touched any of them. I still have 10.
Okay. So you have 10 rations.
Okay. But I don't have
So-
water.
Water will be pretty cheap. It's. I'm doing this through a book, so I actually have to, like, quickly go through it. It's probably water skin. 2 silver pieces for a water skin. And prices are normal now that you guys can kind of help bring order to the area, and kind of economically they're a bit easier. So things are relatively expensive here in comparison to other parts of the world, but that's kind of dealt with now. So yeah, it's about 2 silver.
No worries. So... I don't know if you can hear me okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How much is that again? What am I doing?
2 silver.
2 silver pieces.
2 silver. Cool.
So is there a strip club in town? Like, seriously asking.
I
Is
doubt it.
there a what? A strip club?
Uh huh.
Yeah, there's like a House of Fancies. It's
How fancy are the fancies, though?
they've got a pretty good reputation from what you've heard. It's membership based to keep everything
Oh, that's good.
sanitary. But
Okay. Trust me, nothing sanitary in there.
but yeah, it is membership based. So the
That's fancy.
quote unquote average client is turned down. But if someone
What about the Thane?
if someone with decent penny decides to purchase a membership, then yeah, they can do
Well,
what
I've got
they
some pretty
please.
decent pen. Oh, penny. I see. Never mind.
Fucking riot.
Alright. So what are you guys doing?
Hmm.
We're readying up the horses.
They're already
aren't we?
ready.
Oh,
So
They're
we're
ready.
leaving, aren't
Yeah.
we?
Okay. Which path are you guys gonna take here? If you pull up the map. Because you have to remember
let's
last
not go
time
through this swamp again.
last time you guys went through the swamp. And
There are orcs around there.
and the other time returning, you guys took the path from the Grey Fire trading camp.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So do we want to fight or nah?
This on horseback would probably the wetlands would probably save you a day. Going around would take a day longer.
Hmm. I know. What do y'all think?
You're also told that starting to get towards the southern half, a lot of the area is controlled by Aedris now in the Divine Order. So you just have to be a little bit careful and smart about your business.
Right.
Because if certain people hear about you guys, it might not end well.
Yeah, because we just need to pass on through, make no waves.
Who doesn't like us?
The Devil's Hand.
Oh, okay.
You just murdered the shit out of them. And so yeah, if some of the Devil's Hand are in Aedris, like the Divine Order's forces, then if they hear anything, they can try and manipulate their position to hurt you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're in danger. We just go out all willy-nilly.
Like, this is pretty common sense now, so I'm just gonna straight up say it. But you guys kind of like announced to the Divine Order on your way out of the training camp that you guys were like from Mora, and you're like going back there and like doing a bunch of shit, and then you guys ended up getting ambushed a night or two in on your way back, and you found out that the leader of that guard is Mathila. So that's like a perfect example of like there are people out there that like are compromised, and they will fuck you or try to do whatever they can to make sure that enemies of the hand are dealt with. And this isn't your first time encountering forces like this. You've dealt with hags.
Yeah.
These guys have friends.
Okay. I don't know if you want to pin my message in case, for prosperity's sake.
Let's see.
Posterity.
BBC Sport. Oh, I gotta jump to fucking present. Cool. Sure.
Yeah, it's a Google Doc for my library.
Alright. I'll even move it to our lore or reference page as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's the reason why we have that.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't done too much on it, but I can do a little bit more now that we're working on some more stuff.
So these are all the books you have stuffed down your pants?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I have
Nice.
quite a bit currently.
He's got a lot in his pants.
Yeah, there's a lot of information there.
Yeah.
So I have like a few books that like never read.
You would be
Alright.
the most disappointing to pickpocket.
See, I don't want knowledge.
Well, I mean, the only way I'd get pickpocketed is if somebody was aware of what I had stuffed in my pants.
Hmm.
Because like when you look at me, like I carry nothing. Like I don't have a sack, I don't have a bag, like I don't have. Like people look at me and they're like, okay, this guy has the clothes on his back and the staff in his hands. Like, what am I gonna steal? His staff?
Mm-hmm. Which they might. You never know. You don't know.
That's true.
Particularly desperate, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. You never know.
Maybe like their dad can't walk properly and they need a walking stick and they're desperate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Alright. So you guys are heading to Zithra. The only other thing that I need to know, and then we can end the session, is the route that you guys are taking. That you guys
Right.
want to decide on there.
Here, let's see. I'm looking at the map right now.
Because like those are the trade-offs, right?
Yeah, of course.
You're more likely to
I've
be
got
able to
50
bullshit
feet.
through the pathways, but it's going to take longer, and it's a little less discreet. The wetlands are more discreet and faster, but they are harder to BS your way through.
Mm-hmm.
Got 50 feet of hempen.
Got 50 feet of hemp. Fuck yes.
Light that shit up.
420.
Yeah,
Changes name of party from Pippin to Pimpin.
We also have horses, so going through the swamp and wetland is probably not a good idea.
yeah, I think our best bet is to go the long way towards Idris, come down to the Grey Fire training camp.
Good. Alright, so we're going to cover that in the next session then, which will be 2
Yeah.
weeks from now, because my boss just messaged me today and was like, hey, I'm absolutely fucked for Sunday. Is there any chance that you can work for me? So, being one of the last weeks that I'm in town, I decided to say yes. So, it will be 2 weeks from now. And
Okay.
then we'll probably be a lot more regular once September hits, because I'm sure that all these like Coachella and all these events are just like
Yeah, everything's gonna
summery
chill out.
kind of things. Yeah. So,
Until the 17 days, me and Eric are in Japan in October.
yeah, it's okay.
Yep.
So
That's like
So I'll be-
2 sessions.
yeah, because we're gone from the 1st through the 17th.
And that's plenty of time for me to kill your characters and rewrite your new
Well,
story.
actually, one
Yeah,
of those
exactly.
one of those days, I think we're going to be traveling, so we might be on the Shinkansen for like 4 hours. So it depends
yeah,
on
but
how the
there's no
time.
Wi-Fi on the Shinkansen.
Oh, I have data though.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh, hi, Callie. What are you up to, huh?
Alright. So, good session. There's gonna be more shit going on in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Especially now
More
that I
lap
know.
dances.
Especially now that I fucking know what we're doing. Because that's always the
Yay.
trickiest part, is when everything is open-ended. I know that
Yeah.
like you guys get indecisive and you're like, oh, we could do anything. What do you want? What do you want to do? In the meantime, like me, it's like, what the fuck are they gonna decide?
Just pick something.
I'm like terrified of all the options at the same time.
You know, it's a wise thing to be afraid of with this group.
Mm-hmm. Could be
Yeah.
anything.
Could even be a boat. We'll take the mystery box.
Bodie McBoatface.
Yeah, because like, you know, I just feel bad about like making like really, really big decisions with half the party missing.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's fair.
so, you know, at least this is nice and simple. We're just heading to Zethra.
Okay.
There, nice and simple.
All right.
Nobody's been promised anything. Nothing's been set in stone. So
Yep. Super simple. Just like exploring a crypt real quick by yourself.
yeah, just real quick. Let me
Just
just hop in real
super-
quick. Just-
Super
I'll be back in-
simple.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Nothing bad happens. It's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, it was fine. We got a bunch of magical loot. We ran away from corpse-eating wormses.
Yeah, that was true. That was a good workout.
Giant corpse-eating wormses.
Man, fucking.
2 of them, actually.
I'm curious what is going to happen to that crypt, considering the fact that, like, after Ganon's spirit, you guys, like, fought it off. Fucking the entire, like, crypt was starting to wake up.
Uh-oh.
Because you remember when you guys, like, jumped through the portal, like,
Oh,
there was,
yeah,
like,
all the
hundreds
souls
of
were
fucking.
coming everywhere.
Yeah, there's, like, hundreds of fucking zombies coming.
Lots of...
Yeah. So I'm like picturing it, like I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, literally, there's just like hundreds of zombies in a locked room underground under this fucking ancient city.
Yep.
And you guys are like, yep, that's a thing. Everything's fine.
Jesus,
But-
yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as like letting out like a necromancer or anything like that, right? So.
Hey, a necromancer that was 100% honest with us
Mm-hmm.
and that didn't do anything to try to deceive us or lead us astray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a pretty cool guy. He vaporized a golem. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Like, and he even said that like he's currently not interested in destroying the planet. So
Yeah,
what's the big ish?
that's true. Currently is a strong term there.
Yeah, exactly. So we're fine.
And there's so many people out there that want to destroy the world. So like, they're really the priorities.
Yeah, like he's got the power to destroy the world, but he doesn't want to. So like, nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Eric, by the way,
Well,
if you want to work on like any backstory for your character or like any sort of like plotline or anything, because like some of these guys have that.
yeah,
just
I'm
let
gonna
me
be
know.
doing that this week.
Yeah, and like if you want any like questions answered or anything about like the world, then let me know. But like things are pretty standard, so.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeet dab.
Alright. I'm gonna game for a bit. Not sure if you're interested, Rob.
Depends on what you're playing.
I might do the good old MC. Can't touch
Ooh,
this.
MC, huh?
Uh,
Now
I'll
you
go
have
Rebel
my
now.
attention.
Alright. Think of me, okay?
Actually,
I mean, what?
what? What?
Huh?
Wait, end stream, end stream.
That's true.
Where's my editor? I don't have an editor.
Fix it in post.
Yeah, I'll fix it in post.
Jesus. Dude, you guys
Look
are-
at me. Look at me. I am post now.
I'm never doing a podcast again.
Hey, don't
I'm
say
s-
that.
I might.